Hello, fellow mariners. Welcome to the city of Avalon on the Cape Apple map from the Plazas and Promenades DLC. In the last episode, I showcased the first area of the city that popped up around the ore deposit in the mountains. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the value of the Natural Disasters DLC by building a breathtaking water feature. I absolutely love the beauty and uniqueness water can add to your city. I use the district painting tool to get a rough idea of how the water is going to flow. There will be a lake on the mountain that will have two places where the water flows out. One will fill the small lake behind the houses in the first area. And the second will run towards the campus, filling another lake where we can place some dorms, giving students some beautiful natural scenery. Then the water will flow out two spots. One river will run south under the highway and form a natural barrier between the farming industry and some mixed density residential. Another lake will form before the river passes by a gorgeous cemetery build and connect with the main river. The river heading west will cut through the campus, providing opportunities for breathtaking views, then cross under the highway, form a lake near the metro train hub, and finally work south to connect to the main body of water. Here's a shot of the water feature plan. And let's transition to an overall shot of the rough terrain work for this water feature. I placed 3 freshwater outlets in the lake on the mountain and another 2 in the campus area. That should be enough water to provide the effect I'm after. And here's a final, or nearly final look of the water feature. You can see the lake has filled in nicely. I'll remove the power lines once we have some forestry assets up on the mountain. It's going to look absolutely amazing when the industry arrives. One benefit of having a 2-lane highway versus 3 is I can use the 2-lane concrete bridge, one of my favorites, with the rustic metal look. A beautiful lake behind the houses. I might come back and add a few piers, docks, lookouts, that kind of thing. I added trees in the water despite whether they live or die, to give the water some texture and have some sticks and branches and debris just to make it look a little bit more realistic. The river flowing towards the campus has the bottom lined with a tile from the Plazas and Promenades DLC. We'll call it P&P DLC. It gives the bottom some sandy, bright texture. I used several different tiles in the water feature to see how they would look. The water continues to flow down a waterfall underneath this strong looking 4-lane concrete bridge. A few more examples of the P&P tile and how it looks under the water. A lake where I sunk a bunch of bamboo to create some different textures. And once again, I love the 2-lane concrete bridge. Here's the lake in the campus. I can envision a handful of dorms up here and creating some beautiful areas. Maybe even some small beach spots. In this area, I used the darker brown tile from the zoo. I think it gives the water a muddy bottom look. And I do love the rocks in the middle of the river. It's a shame on console that the rocks kill some of the tile, leaving kind of a square sand around them. But we build in the world we have, and it's not that bad. The river hits a 4th set of bridges, and you guessed it, concrete bridges again. A lake on the other side, and here I use the bright textured P&P tile. It's really hard to see under the water, It does seem to give the water this milky blue color, and if you put your scuba gear on, you can see the tile. I could raise the land a bit more to see if I could get more detail from the tile, and we'll see, maybe I will. I relocated the exit of this river to a spot on the map that had natural sand. I left the bottom of the river natural, so no tile, and I plan on making this area more of a beach resort type spot using some of the new CCP assets. Now the other river exiting the campus lake, I placed a bunch of cliffs along the bank to give it this carved look. The bottom is also lined with a zoo tile. Here we go under another bridge. Surprise! Just a 2-lane highway bridge. The ore industry ran out of steel for the concrete bridge. Supply chain issues even here. On this side of the bridge there is no tile, all natural, as it meanders around the farmland. In this lake, I use this blue tile from the PMP. I can see some interesting texturing, and it also gives this milky blue color. On the other side of the lake, I used a natural reserve tile to give it a textured sandy look as we get closer to the main river. Then I left it completely untouched to give an idea of what it would look like with no detailing for some contrast. Well, there you have it. A lot of people rank the Natural Disasters DLC very low on tiered lists. Admittedly, I always have natural disasters turned off. The DLC does give you some nice assets. Earthquake detector can bridge power gaps, radio towers, and most importantly, the freshwater outlet that allows you to do as we did here today, transform your city through the beauty of water. I hope you found this inspirational. Remember, you can catch the builds in more detail via the live stream, which will be up for about 2 weeks. Also, if you leave a comment during the stream or any video, I'll do my best to name something related to that video after you. Until the next time, happy building.